Margaret reports that she gets very anxious whenever she goes out for shopping. Specific symptoms include anxiety, which she says that she gets very nervous and feels a little bit panicky when she gets out of her home and goes out for shopping. And she also reports that she feels her heart beating so fast that like she has this pain in her chest. And she also reports that she feels like everyone's looking at her, which results like her um which results that she feels kind of embarrassed whenever she gets out of her home. So this happens when Margaret went out for shopping and actually gets out of her home. And she just tried to avoid the circumstances that gave her anxiety, so she did not come out of the home for a few days, and she just tried to avoid all of those circumstances. Um, so Margaret most likely is diagnosed with three things. First is social anxiety disorder, which which she has this symptom that she feels like everyone's just looking at her when she gets out of her home. So she gets very anxious and very uncomfortable whenever she gets involved to the society. And second, she suffers from panic disorder, which um, which says that she experienced recurrent, uncued, or unexpected panic attacks. So she did not expect any attacks to come to, I guess, make her uncomfortable. And lastly, she may suffer from agoraphobia, which is um, like whenever she gets involved in a crowd or like in marketplaces where people are just like shifting around, gets very uncomfortable and she gets very panicky at that point. So I think she is also experiencing agoraphobia. So some interventions that could be used with Margaret's are self-help guide, cognitive approaches, exposure, relaxation, and deep breathing. So I think she's doing well with the self-help guide because she actually looked up the internet to help herself to get out of those symptoms. However, I think it would be better if Margaret just tries more to help herself to get out of those situations, looking up at the book or the help guide that might help her. And for cognitive approaches, I think it would be better for Margaret if she increases her belief in ability to cope with the anxiety trigger. So she used to just think that this negative, I guess, thinkings that everyone's just looking at her, it feels uncomfortable, I hate this place, etc. So I think it would be better if Margaret just keeps on training herself to um, believe in her ability to cope with those circumstances. And also, exposure could help. So Margaret should not only avoid these situations, but to actually face the situations. So by being exposed, she might be just, I guess, get used to those circumstances that won't bother her anymore. And lastly, she has to relax more and she has to get trained to deep breathing so that might help her to actually get relaxed in those situations. So lastly, um, I believe that if she tries her best to get away from the symptoms, um, she'll definitely get better and will be able to not only shop but to go out and have fun in like places such as amusement park or anywhere where people are like just like coming out from everywhere. I think she'll be able to have fun in those places too. And I hope that she gets better in her symptoms.